See where I'm at. We're got control.
All right. And let's see. And so that's populating. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. So where am I at now? I guess I'm in the Zoom. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much. All right, you too. Thank you. All right.
Is this the part where I say, "Oh my God"?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's who we love and who we serve. Ladies and gentlemen, you're on InnervisionFM.com. And we're so happy it's Tuesday because it's closer to Wednesday.
All right. Where is
I'm Alan T. We got Johnnie J in the house. And tonight we're going to talk about documents being flushed down the commode and much more. We're going to have some fun.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Yep, I knew that was coming. So how you guys doing this evening? It's not quite Wednesday, but it's close. We made it through another Singles Awareness Day.
Oh man.
Glad that came only once a year because
How dare you?
singles are, well, they're singular when it comes to being single.
Okay. Now I had something. I had just loaded a new sound effect. Yeah.
Are y'all going to the movie?
Uh-huh.
Great. I'm Lolita, and this here's Tanqueray. Can we be your dates?
You mean like sit with us and stuff? Yeah, we're gonna score.
I don't know why this keeps saying I'm trying to push a button there, and every time I hit it, it's not going to my new sound effect, and it's like so I may have to put him somewhere else. Because
Interesting.
hold on, I gotta do this because it's like this is like it was a fun sound effect, so I'm gonna put it in another place. Let people know that they should share and all.
Oh yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. We're having lots of fun here. We're a grassroots musician hub, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a lot of fun this summer. You guys really have to stay tuned. We promote grassroots musicians, recording artists, those in the disabled community, as well as those that are, perhaps a little bit financially challenged. That really actually can encompass all of us because a lot of us are really struggling with money right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you can hit us up at paypal.me/InnervisionDenver with any donations or any type of thing like that. We do need the support to help keep the lights on. There's also a Cash App handle of
$sign Innervision J.
$sign Innervision capital J, that is. And that will get you in there. There are some different membership programs available on innervisionrecords.org. That's INNER visionrecords.org, folks. And you can find also a whole bunch of information, including our mission statement and things like that. We have a bunch of shows that we do on KINV, and that's also hosted on Innervision FM. Among recording artists that we have on there, DJs, guest DJs, are Alfonso the Clone. He's doing some reruns right now, getting some new material put together, as well as a gentleman by the name of Robert Randall. He also does a show on there. Both of those, check them out. Fridays, Saturdays, and gosh
Sunday.
darn, I think
Well,
Sundays
the
as
weekends
well.
are kind of free. The weekends are kind of free. Wait. If this works out right, I got a flash from the past. I just added this today, and let's see if it works.
But I want to
All right, here we go.
to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie.
How dare you?
Okay, I just have to put him in another place. So,
I see.
Bill
All right.
King. I don't know how
Well-
I got that recording, but I got it.
I will tell you, neither did I. I haven't had, but hey, this is a family show tonight. We're talking about flushing documentation down the toilet. What's that all about, Johnny?
Well, okay. I was listening to a John Gallagher show. I don't know, is his name John Gallagher or something? And
John Gallagher.
oh no, what's his name? John. I don't know what his. I don't know what his, I forgot his name, but his last name is Gallagher. I think his last name is Gallagher. It may not be, but anyway, I was listening to this show, and they were talking about
John Oliver, buddy.
but he was saying something about New York Times newspaper in the past has been like a Holocaust denier, and that pricked my ears up. I said they were, I should have found out. Well, I know my phone won't tell me because it's left wing. Let me see if it'll tell me. Google, when did the New York Times claim that the Holocaust never happened? Let's see. Let's see.
You'll probably not get a very accurate or concise result, if any result.
Okay. 1993. All right. Okay, so I guess that's when they first started doing that kind of crap. But anyway, so they started talking about this reporter that they have, female reporter, which I don't remember her name, don't want to know her name. I just forget about it. And I guess there's this big hoo-ha-ha about supposedly President Trump, 45, went and tried to flush allegedly trying to flush papers down the toilet at the White House. Now I don't believe it because anybody would know. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Anybody would know that you're not supposed to flush any kind of newspapers, paper towels, things of that sort. And being that he's in construction, he would especially know this, right? And
I would know.
yeah. And so this lady's kind of saying she's going to have it in her next book, but she wanted to get it out there before her next book comes out. And I don't know, it's coming out in 18 months or whatever. I'm not going to pick up I'm going to get probably borrow a copy and put it in a what is it? In a cremator and burn it, because that's is all it is worth, is like to keep you warm in the middle of the winter or something to that effect. So So yeah, so she's running rampant with that story, and well, it is what it is. Also, my second story was about Brandon Struck. Now, some people say it's Brandon Strucka because it's an A. It's Straka, and it says that the last A is silent. And I didn't know that. I mean, he came. I don't know if you remember. Like it was. I know it was like July during the Back to Blue type of thing. I think he came to Denver, and he what am I saying? He got a bunch of volunteers together, and they went out and cleaned up some camp areas and picked up a bunch of trash, and he he does this off of donations and all this kind of stuff. And he's the founder of the Walk Away YouTube, and I guess they took down a lot of those. So he's going to start up a new one, and he's going to be announcing that soon, where it's going to be just a website dedicated to that, since social media has been playing this silly games with him. So look forward to that. But anyway, the judge, I think that, okay, he was there at the we're going to call it J6, and he was on the east end of the White House. And then I gave some kind of historical thing of like what happened at its east end, like Woodrow Wilson had the showing of the movie Birth of a Nation there in the White House, because he so loved seeing these guys pretend to be something that they weren't, and the Klan coming in and rescuing these women from these guys that had their face painted. Well, anyway, that's some of the history of the West Wing and Democratic politicians that were presidents. So anyway, he's a pretty tall guy. I don't know if you know that, Brandon's he's a really tall guy. So he couldn't see what was happening in front. And so he holds up his camera, and I guess it's 6 seconds, and a police came out, and somebody yells, "Take his shield."
Yep, take his shield. Right.
So first of all, it came clear. It was on his microphone through his phone, and he uploaded that to Twitter, I guess, and then he took it down for whatever reason.
He probably got a bunch of flack for it, took it down.
Yeah.
Of course, got analyzed, I would imagine. So what happened?
So then I guess somebody ragged on him or dropped a dime on him and saying that, well, he was there, but he was only filming what was going on. He wasn't doing anything. And so let me see. Hold on for a second.
What's the idea that you'd be guilty of association?
Yeah, guilty by association. Definitely. Oh, you know what? Oh, shoot. I just remember something.
What's that?
That I didn't plug in my camera. Somebody just on the thing just said, "Oh, you don't have your camera on." Okay. Now I got the camera on. Okay. I'm communicating with someone who's helping us with pumping this out more. Okay. All right. So the camera's on. Hey, everybody. All right. Okay. Now, so FBI comes to his house, handcuffed, and say, "We got you on some federal cases." And they kind of think in his mind, what exactly did I do? Did I do something I don't remember doing that day? And so, because he, puts him in jail and arraigns him, whatever. And when the court date, and they kept kind of want him to plead to felony things. It says, wait a minute, I didn't do anything that was a felony. So he got into the judge, a lawyer and whatever. And this judge was, I got it in my hashtag there. You could see the name of the judge, gave him 3 years probation. And he can't leave the state that I think he went back to Nebraska, or he was raised in Nebraska. He's basically on a house arrest. He can only go out for food and maybe the workout, I'm not sure about the rest of it, and charged them $5,000 for videotaping the J6.
For filming. That's absolutely amazingly awesome in a free country. That is the best thing ever. So, ladies and gentlemen, I guess the message here is to get involved at the local, state, and federal levels. Do things legally and correctly and rightly, of course, as stated within the United States Constitution. Things like that. I mean, there's nothing more important than understanding where we came from and understanding why those trigger warnings now that our most beloved and most highly esteemed and most popular president ever elected in the United States decided to put trigger warnings on our own founding documents in the National Archives.
And our government has learned the best way to take away the rights of the people is to make them afraid.
That's absolutely.
And it doesn't matter if the Republicans or Rhino Republicans or Democrats. I think that this started like 91 when we had the strike against the towers, and then they put in this act to take away our rights step by step. And you're seeing a lot more of it happening, and they're just doing it by fear, because I don't know, why are we so afraid so much? They could say invisible this, be afraid. And we just fall in line and we're afraid, and we don't leave our houses. And man, there must be a lot of sick. Are they putting something in the water?
Well, that is the funny thing is back in the day, those that used to have their tinfoil hat screwed on the tightest used to say, oh, there absolutely is. There's something in the water. And it begins with an F. And, you know, yeah. Anyway, I can't really talk about that on YouTube too much, but you know, Dennis actually really believed that they were doing a good thing for a long time, and then you know it came out that maybe that was
carcinogens. It's a carcinogens, yeah. I mean,
exactly. You can have lead base in your paint and things like that, and of course, instead of really dealing with the lead base in your paint, when you move into an apartment, they just have you sign an addendum that says you know about it and you're not going to sue them. So, I mean, you know, it's not about helping people. This society is not about helping people. But ladies and gentlemen, there is a way, there is a truth, there is a life. His name's Jesus Christ. You know, I've got to give him a shout out, because without him, we wouldn't even have a chance. Oh, and that Greta, thank you, Greta.
Yes.
He loves even Greta Thunberg.
Yes, and so I mean, so it's crazy, and I'm saying the New York Times is full of it, and the lady that they hired to put out this propaganda is full of it. But I'm going to play this one skit. And it took me a while it took me not as long as I thought it would. I'm glad it was only a minute, but I edited the skit that Dreamland does and they're going to be in concert on the 24th. They do hip hop and stuff like that. There's going to be several groups there that night.
That's awesome.
But anyway, I edited this comedy skit we did.
All right. This is what you smoke with your girlfriend. That's what I did. I said,
okay. This is radio edited. Let me make sure. Okay. This is reasons not to smoke with your girl. And at the end, when you think it's over, okay, pause for a minute, because it's going to have a little surprise here at the end when you think it's over. Okay, so let's play this, and it's for all you kids who like those fart jokes and all that kind of stuff. So anyway,
here we go.
Yeah. See, I love smoking weed with you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bitch, you know what I mean? Then you be getting all crazy and
Yeah.
Remember last time we went up to the mountains and shit?
Yeah.
We was dancing all on the table,
Yeah,
butt naked.
shit, we had a good time.
Remember you like put it in my mouth a little bit and got pink eye?
Hold up. What?
You sneak
I
it.
did what?
Remember like you was dancing on the table and you like put it in my mouth and I got pink eye for like a week?
Mistake number 1, dealing with marijuana. Tend to talk way too much. Should have had a Twix with his 40 ounce in the morning. Let's see how this plays out.
Oh, wow, really? I'm not even going to ask how to poot his mouth and give him pink eye, because that's just nastiest. But that was not me, and you nasty. You trifling for that shit. You know what? I remember you came through this. No, I remember. You know what? I remember. Yeah, a couple weeks ago, you came through the spot. One eye was all redder than the other. I thought you already rolled up, you know what I'm saying, with somebody else. That's why I was mad. I had an attitude. But damn, really? A big pooted in your mouth and gave you pink eye? Really?
Second mistake. You let her poo in your mouth. Should have had a Tic Tac.
You are no longer allowed to hit my weed. What? Yeah. What? Okay. Yeah. Really?
Nah, I'm just saying. You know, you crazy
I
right
bet. I knew that was coming up too. Cause yeah, you dream like niggas. You get together. No, you get together and you trash all night.
That was you, Cass.
What? No, definitely was not. I would never ever poot it in his mouth and give him pink eye. I would never do that. That's so not me. I mean, look at me. Do I look like I would poot his mouth?
Okay. You wouldn't believe how many words I had to cut out of that just to make a video.
Surprise.
Huh?
At the end, there's a surprise. You remember?
Oh yeah. Oh, it was just them laughing. They just paused and then they laughed and stuff like that. So that was it. So anyway, yeah. So they did one on McDonald's. They did one on this one guy. His name was ACO. And you know how guys, they go to a party or a concert and some girl might have seen them there. And it's a guy's fantasy for a girl to call up and say, wow, you were so fine, so sexy. But I have this boyfriend now, but I want to get rid of him and get with you. And so they'll do pranks on each other. and they have such a good recording that and it was like this ACO kid guy, they caught him totally off guard, and he thought this girl was really liking him and all that kind of stuff. And it was a guy who I think it's probably a trans, but he's able to imitate women very well. And this is so they just do a lot of funny skits with their music.
So we support grassroots musicians, also recording artists, just like the ones you just heard here. And they're called Dreamland. They're going to be down at the Roxy in South Denver, basically, on the 24th of March here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
24th of February, I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. The person that's doing stuff for us, like bringing people, she is encouraging us to go more than the half hour, but we'll see. I mean, that's going to be like a marathon because I have just so much stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's 24th February, right?
24th of February. The show starts at 7, and because of the COVID is so intelligent, it doesn't come out until 11 o'clock. So the last call for alcohol will be at 11 o'clock. So 7 to 11. And,
well, I can run down there with, I don't know, maybe a little guitar stuff, and I don't know, a little short notice. I mean, but if you wanted to do more than a half hour, we could put something else together. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. Oh no, this is for the night. This is for the night because she's collecting people, audience, and stuff like that. This is for the night. So hey, so we'd like to thank you people that are joining us. We really appreciate you out there. Now I'm gonna put something that's not on our list. You haven't heard of her. Her name is Tina Peterson. And I'm gonna tell you, if you know Mark Liddell, she's been getting information on this voting computer system, and she went to our secretary. She went down. She was doing some office work for the Secretary of State here in Colorado.
Right.
And the Secretary of State wanted to, how would I say, wanted to back up the machine, but she really didn't want to. Griswold didn't really want to back up the machine. She wanted to erase
everything. Yeah.
And this lady, she sort of like knew that. So what she did was she came in and she had a computer whiz with her, and they backed it up. Now, other people in that office also backed up stuff. You know, is this normal? You back up stuff. So because you're supposed to keep it for like 24 months. You know, after every election, you're supposed to keep it for 24 months.
That's right.
So now I guess they started, you know, like really harassing this girl. The cops broke in her house, and you know, kind of, and then she was at this corporate seating, and she was recording it, and then you know, they tried to arrest her and take away her iPad. When they could have just said, you know, hey, you know, don't, you know, use your iPad during this proceeding. So anyway, she is now, and you're going to be hearing about it. That's why I'm Tina Peterson. She is going to now be running for Secretary of State to oppose Griswold. Now, Wayne, we had a guy named Wayne who was a Republican, and he was the one who brought these machines into Colorado in 2013. Yeah, and you know, he has one of these big commanding voices, like you know, I'm the boss and I know what I'm talking about. And, and you met him before?
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say I met. We were working together in 2016 or 15. Sorry, when we had all the stuff going with all the work that I was doing for the Center for Government Accountability.
Okay. So anyway, so he's the one who brought it in, and one county said they didn't want it, and they've had no problems with their voting and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so he's a Republican, and maybe, I don't know what side exactly he's on, but he could be one of those Soros paid for Secretary of States at the time. So anyway, so she's going to run, I guess, and then, you know, we want somebody who's qualified. This lady, she I don't know, Griswold. She had the what's that? The one that they Planned Parenthood. Some people in the Planned Parenthood writing up her news releases. Right. I'm not sure how you cross over and say, hey, you know, this agency, could you help me with your people to write up? And I guess she's had problems within the office, just like Hills Up Harris has had with office relationships and people not liking the work with her because her attitude is probably not the best attitude, whatever, like Hills Up Harris. And so be looking out for that name here in Colorado, Tina Peterson.
Peterson.
We're gonna find out some more about her as the time going on. And who knows, maybe if I can, I might even try to get on the show and let her talk about it, because they just totally did a smear. I mean, they're just continually like doing a smear job on her because she went in, like some other people, and made a backup. And then when Griswold did back it up, things disappeared.
Yeah.
So
stuff like that is bound to happen.
Yeah. Well, with rhinos and with Soros money filtrating, and that's another thing here in Colorado. What's happening, and it's they're taken down to Alaska. They're taken to some other. This is like the testing place here in Colorado. Now I know that's not on our topic. This is right here, but I'm just throwing this out there to say, people, get involved with your local politics. Republicans, you've been asleep so long. Conservatives, you've been asleep too long. Get up and be involved with the with your local politics. But and I say I almost lost the track of what I was saying. Something that has been happening here. Oh, these guys will claim that they're Republican, and because we have an open primary, that means you can change your affiliation, or no, you can come in as a Democrat. You don't have to change anything. Come in as a Democrat, or you can come in as an independent, and you may be directed to vote for this person that source money is behind.
Right. It didn't always be this way, but anyway, go ahead.
And this started in the Reagan years. They changed it, and it was this judge that throughout his career, he made sure every 4 years, when it was up for change, that he always would make sure that keep it on. And then until he died, I think in 2015, 2014, we couldn't change it because he would always renew it. But now he's dead, and he didn't put his son in charge of it, whatever. So now, okay, we had it, 2016, 2018. So now there's a branch, Chuck and Julie, Chuck Bonnewell, he's part of the committee. Randy Corpin, he's part of he's part of the committee, and they're going to sue to change that and say, why should we allow unaffiliated and Democrats to come into our party and then pick who they want? And then there was a letter in the Littleton paper, I think it was, saying, okay, you unaffiliates, change the Republican. No, you don't have to. Let's see. I think she said change the Republicans. Going and going as a Republican, change, to the primary, change, vote for what we want, then change back. And then, so here's somebody, they're changing their affiliation. They go into our party and vote, and they want to change the outcome of the candidates that we wanted a watered down version of our platform. And we're saying, no, let's only have Republicans vote. And this guy, he does a radio show on KNUS Monday through Fridays from 9 until 10. He used to be the district attorney here in Colorado, George Brockler. And I can't believe how deceived he is, where he says, hey, don't you want more people to vote for our candidates? But that's great if they want to vote for our candidates, but now if they want to come in and sabotage our candidate with money coming in from the outside and moving towards, it'd be like a bunch of Republicans going into the Democrat primary and moving out the ones that the Democrats want for the ones that we want. Two parties separated, even though sometimes you wonder if they're both the same party, because sometimes crap comes out of both of them. Rhinos, I'm talking about the Rhino Republicans and left-wing, far left-wing Democrats. So be aware of this, people, if you're living in a blue state like we are, be aware of some of the tricks that are going on to try to sabotage your city, your state. And Polis is acting like he's a moderate. Polis is no moderate. He spent $23 million to get into office, and he's turning things around. And I can't believe people are still in offices and all, even though they let it go for this mask, but people are still saying, wear your mask, wear your mask. Children and all this stuff, just the silliness. But Polis, he's saying on TV, like the liar he is, well, if you don't feel comfortable wherever else, don't bother the people. And if you do feel you comfortable and this or that, and this guy's just a liar. He's a very intelligent liar, but whether he's intelligent or not, he's still a liar. Hancock is as well. So I'm encouraging conservatives, Republicans. We only need 30% here in Denver to get him out. Just 30%. So I'm going to be going to the caucus on the 1st of March. And hopefully, I've been trying to get the phone number so I can make phone calls and get other conservatives and Republicans and the young ones and the older ones to the caucus, and not wait until the day of and then get this list like the last time in 2018. Got the list, and they said, make these phone calls. I said, well, these 100 people are supposed to be here today. Why aren't they here? So anyway, okay. So anyway, that was my long rant. It was just some stuff I had on my chest. So I just had to take it off. But Super Bowl, we could talk about next, the Super Bowl.
Well, let's see. The Super Bowl. They had lots of neat commercials on the Super Bowl. One dealing with, oh my gosh, where do I start? Where do you want to start?
Okay, there was one that these kids, they were breaking out these bottles and they were drinking, and they started acting like they were drunk. And then, and I guess they were trying to depict what happens when people have these parties and whatever, and they start drinking. And then it turned out that it wasn't any alcohol. It was just water they were drinking. They were just pretending to act like they were drunk. So that was one of the Super Bowl thing. I guess, I don't know if it was promoting a beer or not. So that was one. Let's see. And then they were really trying to promote electric cars. So they had, what's that movie with it had the little guy and the big guy, and it was Little Me and Big and Dr. Little Me. You remember it was a
Austin Powers.
Austin Power, yeah. So they had a commercial with them promoting, like, and then the floor opens up and then you see all these electric cars down there. So they're really trying to push electric cars, but there was only one problem. When we started doing gas cars, we had places with gas stations, and it was a private sector that put these gas stations in. Right. Whenever you want the government to put something in and start something, it either takes years or it costs so much that it's always a way that politicians can stick their hand in and take out more money than what it really costs. So we don't have enough charging station, and plus it takes so long to charge the car, and plus how far you can go on that one charge.
And then given the price for replacement batteries, given the fact that there's only a few nations on the planet that have the rarefied earth minerals to produce the materials necessary for these batteries. Oh boy, it really gets messy and expensive quick.
Right. And so and I think they had two commercials. That's the only one I remember. Then I guess they had one that about the Sopranos, and I'm not exactly sure. I guess they said it closed up some questions or whatever. But since it was like a visual commercial, I didn't quite get it. And somebody told me about it, but like I said, because it wasn't a visual thing, it flew out of my mind. So did you hear about any other commercials that you thought were interesting when they told you about it?
I got the bass player from the world famous band Drifter right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
He is actually my roommate, so I guess anyway.
A real side, somebody cited who could
there
tell
any
us.
cool commercial here? Tell us about some cool commercials.
I like the commercials that they use the kids.
Oh, that one about
he was out in the pasture, and they were talking to him. They landed the helicopter, and when he gets back in, there's another little boy operating the helicopter, and they fly off into the sunset. And I really don't remember what that all entailed about.
But they spent $1 million.
They got all these kids going. They got a whole different lot of just the electric car commercials. Kia's car commercial was really awesome. The Range Rovers, they parked them up on this cliff. I I mean, just really cool stuff as always, you know.
Oh, with that kind of money, it better be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, the halftime show, they did rap and a little bit of maybe of R&B, and that was a cool change.
Yeah, but you know, Mary J's Not Blind. I guess they do the songs that got the most sales. Now, the song that she did, I thought it was all right, but it was another song that she did that I thought was even better than that. But they go by sales, so she did the song that went by sales.
Oh,
yeah. So, and then Dre, Doctor, that song, next episode, I used to play that when I was a DJ in the club. So I said, okay, that was good. Now Eminem, I don't know. I don't know if you saw it, but you know, he took a need to say, show homage to Kaepernick. But people thought like he had dropped something, so he just bent down and he was looking for something. So it wasn't quite that evident.
Huh.
And also, they said that the guy dancers were wearing prison clothes now, because you know, probably you and I have probably never been in prison, so we're not that familiar with.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was a different change.
Yeah. So it was like 12 minutes, and it went. I mean, they mixed it. Oh, by the way, did you also on my TV? For some reason, I couldn't get it in English.
Oh, it's everybody. Having a hard time.
Oh, I thought it was. I said, "What's going on?"
That's the way we were. We were like, "What's going on here?"
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, Comcast or whoever did it, they did a poor job.
So, did you notice that also the voices were dragging behind?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. I thought at first it was our TVs, and then we went and put the other TV on in the bedroom, and same thing there. And yeah.
Now, out of all the people, I don't know, I didn't hear anything until now about somebody else experiences the same thing. But okay, so I need to ask around some more to see. And of course, you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, the Broncos weren't, so I'm not going to watch it." I say, "Well, okay."
Well, yeah.
Absolutely. Right.
Von Miller was there.
Yeah.
And Ron Miller?
Yeah, Von Miller was
defense. And he came for the
Broncos.
Oh, okay. And they were also deciding, I guess a lot of the rich people at Hollywood, they were taking pictures and selfies without any mask, but it was supposed to be a mass event.
Absolutely.
Right. And so
yeah,
that was complaining about that.
Yeah, that was a trip. That was definitely a trip.
What about Snoop Dogg?
Yeah, what do you think about Snoop Dogg?
Oh, okay. So just before this, he, because you know he started out on the Death Row Records,
right,
and that's what pushed him out, and Dr. Dre, and so I guess now be specific, he didn't buy the whole company, but what he did do was he bought the branding for the company, where he's on the board and he has like a percentage of say what goes on with the marketing and so forth. And I guess he wants to make some documentaries, and he wants to do his life story. So that was something that he tried to buy before, but it just didn't come together. But this last time it came together. So now he has a record company that he started out on. And I guess I was comparing it like to Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles, no, Stevie Wonder and James Brown, who bought a radio station. They bought radio stations.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah. And then now Janet Jackson, she was going to get a multi-million-dollar Coca-Cola deal, like because Michael Jackson had the Pepsi deal, but it fell through because of all that bad publicity and the boy on his ranch and all that stuff. So Coca-Cola pulled out. So she lost out on that. And of course, you know, Bill Cosby, the 62 women that came back from when it was sex and drugs and rock and roll, and nobody remembered exactly what they did back in the 60s. They all of a sudden remembered, hey, Bill Cosby, sex and drugs and rock and roll, so let's go after him. So anyway, so they lose out. But then this guy from BET, he showed the BET channel for Robert Johnson $1 billion. So now I guess Snoop Dogg is in that league with successful guys that.
Hey, that's all.
Oh, and do you know the Broncos are up for sale?
Yeah.
Seven people, siblings.
I was with my accountant the other day, and they want a little bit more than what I'm willing to pay. That's all.
But you forget 7 siblings can't figure out how to get along. This is like, what do they call that? Like not residual money. This is generational money. If they could just be nice to each other, maybe the grandkids, will take over from there. But to put it up for sale, 7 people can't figure out how to get along.
Right.
And this guy named Byron Allen, I don't know if you remember, he was a young comedian, was like the youngest comedian to ever be on Johnny Carson. He used to do that TV show, Real People.
79, 8.
Yeah. And so, he was born in 1960, April 19th. No, was it April 22nd of 19? Because I'm looking over the stuff about him. And so he's going to put in a bid for the Broncos.
Holy smoke.
So let's see if I think Jay-Z already has a football team. So
he probably got a football team, but he may actually try to pull another one. Who knows?
Yeah. So it's we'll see who gets the Broncos, but man, it's like the father's not around, the mother's not around, so nobody's there to like the Three Stooges, where Mo would grab their heads and push it together and say, "Hey, you numbskulls." Oh man, so some people, man, and I bet. Hey, do we have an over and below? How long would it take the one son who he calls himself the blood of the city because of the Broncos? How long do you think it's going to take him to run through? I think it's like $70 million. Is it up and over? Is going to take 1 year, 2 years before he's calling back to one of the other siblings and say, "Hey, I'm out of the money." When money's going out and you're not a good investor, a lot of basketball and football players can tell you that money can flow like water.
And you got to figure too, and it's not his fault, but Biden inflation really has hit everybody, and things do cost a lot more than they used to. So $70 million just doesn't go as far as it used to.
Yeah, definitely. And right now, I want to make sure. I think we covered everything. We covered Brendan Struck. We covered New York Times. We covered
the documentation going down the toilet. We covered the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. We covered a lot, ladies.
We covered a lot, yes, a lot. So yeah, we want to thank you guys for sticking around. So
absolutely right. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit us up with paypal.me/Innervision Denver. That's paypal.me/Innervision Denver. Or Johnny, let's see, has
Johnny Johnson 25. That's our Venmo account. And so paypal.me/Innervision Denver. Support the show. And and tomorrow, I gotta let you know about tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be we're going to grab an interview from Wayne Turner, and I'm going to sound really young in this one because I think I was.
This is awesome, dude.
I think I was about 27 in this one, and it took me a while to dig up the original. I thought, man, I lost it, and so thanks to Ira, helped me find it. So it's gonna be like a video, and it's gonna be an interview with Wayne Turner. Talking about his, and if you guys want to if you guys want to, it's going to be a Q&A. So if you guys want to ask any questions, the number there, 720-324-7278. That's 720-324-7278. So that's tomorrow night. And I'm just going to schedule it, and it's going to run. And then put your questions there. And then I will text those questions to Wayne. And then at a later time, we'll come back with
Get
the
those
answer.
and get the results.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Or you might even get it in real time, because, once I see the questions, then I'll just, call them up and then, give the answer to the question. So anyway, so that's what's going to be tomorrow. And then I guess we'll see everybody back next week. We're going to try to get Jimmy Lee Tillman on next week or the following week. And I guess next week is the concert too.
Next week is also the concert. So be looking for that.
Yeah, the day is the last day. You can get the tickets for $2 off. Use the code Dreamland813. That's Dreamland813. Go to myafton. That's AFTON.com/Dreamland Music. So it's MUZIK. Dreamland Music. And use that code and you get $2 off the ticket. The day is the last day. So get those tickets now and coming down, and we want to blow the show out, And it's going to be at the Roxy Theater on Welton. So anyway, hit the thumbs up, share the show, and thanks for joining us tonight here on Innervision FM. Now,
see you next week.
Right.
And see you tomorrow, folks.
Yes. Mm-hmm.